Hello everyone, and today we are fixing the Trio64V2 DX. I believe this chip is pin compatible to the S3 Trio64V+. So if you have this older version of the chip, it might just work exactly the same way. But today we're fixing the pedestal bit on this card. It has the white sticker, so we all know that this has the brightness bug. Let's jump right into DOS and try to figure out where the pedestal bit is and set it to 0 with a BIOS mod. And we can see the background is bright. So now first thing we have to do is we have to hunt down the pedestal bit. So let's first unlock. This is the same routine for these chips, is always the same. 3C408, 3C506. So now our chip is unlocked. In the last video, in the Verge video, we used address 1A. Let's try this one right away. So 3C4, we're changing address 1A, and let's read it, 3C5, and we get, 2F. Last time we got 3F, I believe. So let's have a look what 2F is. So we are in hexadecimal, 2F. And here is, again, we have bit number 5 that is enabled, and we have the right 4 bits also enabled. Chances are that this is our pedestal bit. Bit shifting doesn't really work because we would change too many bits. So we would shift everything 1 to the right. In the last video, we did the bit shift to the right by 1 and everything shifted, which was okay because all 6 bits to the right were all set to 1. So instead, let's just figure out what the binary sequence is. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is our bit, and you see it's hexadecimal 20. So that means we have to subtract 20 in hexadecimal from our value that we got, 2F minus 20, and we will get just 0F. So if we set 0F, we will disable our 5th bit. Let's see if it's really that easy. So out 3C5, we're still in address 1A, and we said we set it to 0F. This should disable our 5th bit. It is. That's it. Okay, we have again exactly the same bit that is responsible on the V2 what it was on the Verge. So sometimes these chips are just very identical. So let's get our BIOS. Okay, tools, save video BIOS. This is the, what is this? The Trio V2. Okay, I already saved this before. Doesn't matter, we overrode it now. Let's go to Hue. Trio V2. This is the one from 17th. Yes, this is from today. We're looking exactly for the same sequence that we did in the Verge. So we are going to look for where the address 1A is set. And this was B0. If you don't know what I'm typing here, watch my previous videos. If you want to get a more in-depth and history why this pedestal bit is actually existing, watch the video that's linked in the top right corner right now. I go over the history, and we are also patching an S3 Trio 3D2X. This is an HEP card. So this also had a pedestal bit enabled and caused the background to be grayish bright. Then I made another video where we are fixing a Verge DX. This is now linked in the top right corner. And in that video, I repeated that B0 is basically the command for setting the address in one of the registers that we can modify it. So we are looking again for the address 1A. This is what we found out from the debug application. Now, what we first want to do is we want to figure out how many times is address A1 accessed in this BIOS. In the Verge, it was accessed twice. And you can see again here in the line above, 03C4, this is what we are looking for. So this is accessing the sequencer and writing into the registers. But let's see how many times we have this address being accessed. Okay, here is another one. So we have 2. There is a third one. So we can see that things are not the same in these BIOSes. Okay, we have 3. Today we have 3. Let's go to the beginning of the file and let's find our first occurrence. We don't need to know anything about this. This is probably a chip unlock routine, and then we are ORing. Okay, so this is interesting. Remember we had 2F and they are right above each other. So instead of having just one 2F, they're writing one command 2 0 and then we are setting F. So this is basically setting the upper 4 bits, and this is setting the lower 4 bits. So the top line is setting bit 4 to 7, and this line is setting bit 0 to 3. And we have seen that 0 to 3 was all ones. So maybe today we'll do something else. Instead of just setting this to 0, I want to neutralize this line, this 80CC20, because I don't want it to set this bit number 5. I don't want it to be set. So there's a no operation code, and this is 909090. You see no op. So we leave this OR statement alone. It's still setting the F as it did before, but we overrode the previous call with no operation. We cannot just delete it because memory addresses in the BIOS are relative. So we basically have to add a placeholder instead of our original operation. Okay, so I think we fixed one of them. So let's save this and have a look if there are more occurrences of our address. So again, we are accessing address 1A, and then I think this is the unlock routine. This one, I believe this one was also in the previous one, if I'm not mistaken. And then, yeah, I'm not sure what happens here right now. It doesn't look like it's interesting for us. Okay, I think this is not what we're looking for. Let's have a look at our last occurrence of this. So here we again have the unlock of the chip. Okay, and here we have something that looks like what we had on the Verge. I'm also not sure which of the two lines are setting our bit when we initialize the card. Unfortunately, both of them seem to be valid because the 20 might just be something that is called for any other reason. Maybe you can enable a TV out using a software, or it checks if there is a terminator. I think some of you mentioned under my other video that there was a card that needed a specific terminator to disable the bright output. So there could be many reasons why this is set twice here. What we'll do here is we'll just disable it exactly how we did it on the Verge. We'll just change this and override this with 0. Now we have updated both occurrences where the pedestal bit was set. Yeah, and I hope this is going to fix our S3 Trio64V2. But we still have to fix the checksum. So I'll get this file now to a Windows PC, and then we'll use a hex editor to recalculate our checksum. So, okay, and here is our editor now with a checksum at the end of 4C. Well, I don't even know why there is other stuff here. That's interesting. There's just some code that is at the end of the file. Okay. Let's check our checksum quickly, because this should no longer match. And yes, it is not 0, 0. So this is a problem. So as I said in my last video, we just zero this out. Then we calculate the checksum one more time. So D8. Now we have to subtract D8 from 100 in hex, and then we'll get exactly the value of our checksum byte that we need to put here. Here's our calculator in hex mode. So we type in 100 minus D8, what we got right now on our hex editor, and the new value is 28. So our checksum byte should be 28. And now we can recalculate our checksum, and it is 0, 0. So this is our patched BIOS. And this one is, this is not a plastic body. This is one of these ceramic bodies. So hopefully my EEPROM chip will work there. Hopefully it does. So this one here is one of these UV erasable chips. I can feel the window in there. Yeah. Okay, now here's our chip again with the new patched BIOS. Also, let's align the notches. Otherwise, well, you might damage something. Okay, so here's our new card. That's I actually picked this up one time as a donor card because I wanted to experiment with this chip. Comes in the future, but for now, let's see if this card no longer suffers from the brightness. It's fixed. I can not see the gray background anymore. I only want to check the debug application. I want to see what value we get now on our address 1A. Now the chip is unlocked. 3C41A. This is now our address that we are interested in. And let's read what's there. 3C5 should be F or 0F. There we go. And this was 2F. So if you set this to 2F, the background should go back to bright. Let's try this. It's the final one. Out 3C5 to F. And now we should get the bright background again. There we are. How cool is that? Okay, so the next one will be a BIOS mod that really was way out of my league, and with help from an AI agent, I was able to get a very nice splash screen before we see the regular text splash screen from those cards. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. A big thank you to all my Patreons and the people who are supporting this channel here on YouTube. If you want to become a member, either head over to Patreon or just click on join here on YouTube directly. And let me know in the comments what you think about this and if you're trying to attempt this yourself. And if you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.